Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Body Mind Healing. My name is Maria Sanchez. I am a holistic health consultant, a family nurse practitioner, a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, and a doctor in nursing practice. The case for today is understanding and healing stress. This case starts with a person saying, I've been feeling very stressed lately and I'm tired of it. I need someone to give me a quick solution to get rid of this stress. I stated in a previous video, stress is a normal reaction of the body to circumstances the mind interprets as challenging or threatening. This response can manifest as tension, worry, or activation of the fight or flight mechanism. It can also be temporary or prolonged and affect health in mild or serious ways. Stress is not something to be tossed away. Stress is something to work through and transcend. There is no quick fix to get rid of stress. That mix of emotions and physical reactions does not dissipate immediately. Freeing ourselves from stress requires identifying its root cause. The first step is to understand, recognize, and accept stress. This awareness opens the door to working through it, healing it, and eventually letting it go. In other words, transcending it. Stress does not arise on its own, nor does it have power over us. We create stress through our perceptions and reactions, and we give it power in the same way. That is, our mind fits it. This is why the key when we feel stress is to turn inward and observe ourselves. We must pay attention to what is happening in our inner world and inject a great amount of patience, willpower, and self-compassion. This gives us the strength, understanding, and wisdom to face fears, let go of control, and stop feeding the ego, the impulsiveness and reactivity that sustains stress. Trying to eliminate stress all at once also increases our tension, fear, and frustration because that desperate and rushed intention becomes another attempt to control the uncontrollable. We need to understand that the release and transformation of stress happens when we observe it, accept it, and allow it to flow through us until we transcend it. We must keep in mind that stress is part of the human experience and is not always negative. We are here to experience emotions and through inner work transcend them. At moderate levels, stress can motivate us and help us adapt. The problem arises when we allow stress to intensify, become constant and prolonged, creating a vicious cycle between mind, body, and emotions, ultimately having a chronic and devastating impact on our health at all levels. Some physical and emotional symptoms of stress include headaches, muscle tension, fatigue, abdominal pain, insomnia, difficulty concentrating, agitation, anxiety, depression, panic, fear, distress, worry, nervousness, hopelessness, isolation, weakening of the immune system, worsening of pre-existing illnesses, and the list goes on and on. Practical strategies for reducing stress include physical exercise, especially cardiovascular exercise, which helps eliminate stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline and release endorphins, creating a natural well-being state. Conscious breathing and active breaks, which interrupt routines and help reconnect with oneself. Meditation, which is not about turning off the mind, that is impossible, but about focusing the mind and inhabiting the present moment. Just 5 minutes a day of it can calm the nervous system and reduce intrusive thoughts. Digital disconnection, which reduces overstimulation and helps recover vital energy. From a spiritual perspective, stress does not originate from external circumstances like work or traffic. It comes from our internal resistance to the present moment. It arises when the mind rejects reality as it is, creating an inner conflict between what is and what we wish it to be. Common spiritual causes of stress include resistance to the now, meaning worrying about the future or ruminating on the past. Identification with the ego, meaning the desire for control, recognition, or security. Living in psychological time, meaning clinging to the past or anticipating the future instead of inhabiting the present where life actually happens. Misalignment with the soul's purpose, meaning living in fear or according to external expectations. Spiritual practices that might help heal stress include meditation and presence by quieting the mind and focusing on the present moment to reconnect with the self. Prayer or contemplation by surrendering worries to a higher power. Conscious gratitude by raising one's vibrational frequency and connecting with abundance. Acceptance of the present moment by releasing attachments, dissolving resistance, and reducing suffering. Listening to intuition by aligning thoughts, emotions, and actions with the soul's purpose. Practicing detachment by releasing the need for control. Affirmations that can facilitate inner calm include, for connection to the present moment, I am at peace with this moment just as it is. I breathe and return to my center. For letting go of control, I release the need to control. I trust in the divine plan. Everything happens for my evolution, even if I do not understand it now. For spiritual trust, I trust the process of life. I am exactly where I need to be. The universe always conspires in my favor. For body and soul in harmony, my nervous system calms with every breath. I listen to my body and offer it rest. For purpose and meaning, my soul knows where it's going and I listen with confidence. Every experience is an opportunity to return to myself. It is recommended to repeat these affirmations aloud or silently, integrate them into meditation, or write them in a journal. We can conclude that stress has no single cause. It can originate from psychological, physical, or even biochemical factors. This means that beyond emotional or mental situations that generate tension, internal bodily factors and processes can also influence normal body functioning. A single event, even a positive one, can generate stress depending on our internal reaction, because it is not the experience itself, but how we react to it. Rather than blaming external circumstances, it is important to explore our inner world, which includes emotions, thoughts, and reactions. Ultimately, stress signals that we have moved away from our basics, our center, our inner balance. Stress tells us it is time to stop, return to the present, and reconnect with ourselves. Stress also reminds us that inner peace does not come from external circumstances, but from cultivating acceptance and maintaining coherence between what we feel, think, and do. In other words, remaining true to our essence. May the inner peace we cultivate today expand and guide us always. Until next time.